Hi everyone, welcome to my super easy beginner series. I am going to be using 3 brushes, a round number 10, a round number 6 and a rigger. So these are all a synthetic blend. I'm also using a Cotman palette. I'll put a link for this in the description, but I'm literally going to be using 2 colours today, which is ultramarine and burnt umber to make a grey. We're going to be having a go at a Misty Mountain scene. The paper I've taped to a little board is Saunders Waterford. It's rough paper, it's a cotton paper, but I want you to use what you have. I think most of you that will find me at this point will have a selection of things that you want to know how to use, and it's about learning how to use them. You can advance to other things later. So I'm using my round number 10 now to pop some water on. I'm going to put water all over the paper. No drawing today. Where it's wet, it's shiny. I don't want puddles, but I do want a nice sheen. If it's dull, then it's dry. So you've just got to make sure you've wet everywhere. If it's not a cotton paper and it's a wood pulp paper that you're using, then you just need slightly less water on there. You have to work a little bit quicker. Okay, so I'm gonna just mix up this grey, which is ultramarine blue. If you've got a grey in your palette, you can just use that grey. But I haven't got a grey in this palette, so I'm just mixing one up. So this is ultramarine blue and burnt umber, and I've just mixed plenty in there. Rinse my brush out. I'm going to load it with water. So this is my round number 10, and I'm going to dip a little bit into that paint. So the first thing that I want is a bit of a grey sky. So I'm going to start with this just towards the top. If I want it a bit stronger towards the top, I can just come in with it a little bit stronger. I'm going to swap down to my round number 6. Make sure that that's nice and dry, and I'm coming into this mix of paint. And I'm going to just create a mistiness at the bottom. So the mountains are going to come in here. This is about creating a misty feel. I'm going to pop. So it's just dabbing. I'm going to pop some little misty trees in here. You'll see that I'm using my brush in an upright motion. I'm just dabbing. So I'm going to start to create some misty trees there. It's all about layering. And getting a nice layer appearing. Okay, so I'm going to dry this off. Okay, so that's nicely dry now. It's warm to the touch. That's how you know that your paintings are nicely dry. I'm going to pick up my round number 6 and bring in a little bit of water as to where the top of a mountain would be. And I'm going to bring the water all the way down to this misty bit. I come into the colour, turn this back into that same mix of grey. And create the edge of the mountain. So I've come to where it's dry on that top edge, and then it's flowing into the paint below, or into the water below. Now if you've missed any bits like I have, just going to take a little bit of extra water on there. What you want for this misty effect to work is for the water to travel further than the paint, and then this misty effect will work. So I'll bring a little bit more here. If it goes too far, you're going to rinse your brush, dry it off and push it back. So this is just pushing with the brush and lifting off. Push it back so you get that nice misty effect. Now this has still got a sheen and we're going to wait. We're going to wait for that sheen to start to go, and then we're going to take a little bit more painting just so we get some nice spots of dark. It can take some time depending on the climate that you're dealing with. It can be very, very quick, but you're waiting for that sheen to just start to go. And when it does, you're going to take a little bit of dark back in. Let's mix up a little bit more dark. But not everywhere. What I want to do is accentuate little bits. It helps it stand out a little bit more. If you're doing a whole line, it's too much. So it's just about taking little bits in. Okay, so whilst that's settling, I'm going to take another layer of trees on here. So with my round number 10, taking a little bit more water. I'm not coming right the way to the top of those trees. And then with my round number 6, I'm going to take in that grey mix of paint. So I have wet to here, but I'm not going to come right the way to the top. I want these trees to still be soft, but to be a bit stronger. Tonally, we're building up tone, not so much detail at the minute. So I'm still sticking with a fir tree. Then I'm going to do similar this side. You need really clean water to do this. The cleaner the water, the better, and you've just got to be very careful that you don't lift the paint. So maybe you're not coming all the way to the top. You're just dabbing in a few softer trees. You start to get that really lovely misty effect. Take a bit of water in at this bottom end here. I'm just going to just add a little bit of dark here, just so I've got a base for something later. These trees have blended in absolutely fine, no problem. I just want that base of dark to be there. Okay, I'm going to dry that off. Okay, so that's nicely dry. If I just come in a bit, I just want to show you what's happened, because this will happen a little bit. So can you see this line? This line is just where the paint has lifted a little bit when I've gone on with that second layer. So if you then come on with a very wet brush and a bit of kitchen towel, you can just soften in and lift off any of these little dabs. If they're not hugely obvious, my advice is to leave them. You can do each of these layers and leave it a good 24 hours and it tends not to shift as much, but if you don't want to wait and you're in the tutorial, then it's just little dabs and it will just stop it from looking obvious. Okay, so we are now onto our final layer, which I need plenty of this grey for. And we're going to put in now some harder trees that are going to come more into the foreground. So I'm coming on. I'm not going to eliminate all of the softness that's there. I want some of this softness to be there. So I've got 3 trees. I've decided on the height, and then I can start to come out. So this is with my round number 6. And I'm flicking outwards. So then I'm getting a nice brush action. Just getting the right colour. It's a little bit blue and then a little bit brown. Just blend that through again. I want to make sure that it's still quite grey. So I've got a nice tree appearing there. Then we're going to do the same with the next one. It's going to be a bit smaller, so a bit less flicky outy, but it can blend into the ones either side of it. Practicing that brush stroke. Mix up a little bit more of that colour. So this one's got a nice fine point. And come flicking down again. Remember that this tree is coming over that because it's in the distance. So these ones need to come this way rather than that other way, and just blend those through. If you pick up your rigger and come in, it'll give you a much more delicate stroke. Once you've got that shape in, you can just fiddle through with the rigger and you'll get a few wispier bits. So that it's not all one size brush you've used. Random really helps make things work. So you can see now you've got that real lovely sense of distance appearing. So make sure I've got plenty of this paint. And I'm going to pop in a couple of little ones. Odds always work better than evens. So if I go 3 in here, I'm going to go similar. So I'll start with the first, second, and the third I'll just do with the rigger. So I'm just going to extend these out a little bit. So I've got some more wispier bits. These are working really nicely. I'm going to pop a couple more. So this is with the rigger, just really small. So these, it's all giving a sense of scale and distance just in there. And then just towards this front section, because I want this to be a bit darker, I'm going to take in a bit of the dark with the round number 6. And if I twizzle round so that I am upside down with my painting, I can use the rigger to flick that line out. Now you need to move fairly quickly because that line of paint on the dry will dry. So it's good that we've got a small section. And you can just practice resting on your little finger and flicking out. Different directions, different heights. You don't want it to look mown. It's in the wild, and that will just work really lovely. There we go. So I'll dry that off and then take the tape off. There we go. So it's all finished. It's a really lovely tonal exercise. It's showing you how you can create that misty effect and how those darker elements can really draw you into composition, and they can really bring a sense of distance in. So there's a bit of wet and wet, a bit of layering, a bit of dry work as well, a bit of brush work for you to practice. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll put a link to my beginners playlist down here, and I shall see you next time.